All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to switch over to my slides. My name is Richie Sayavong. I'm with the California Department of Insurance. By no means am I here to sell you any insurance. That's not my job. My job here is to educate the community about the Department of Insurance and what we do. And today we're going to talk about scams. So, quick overview about my presentation. I'm going to talk about what the Department of Insurance is, also known as CDI, what seniors need to know, common insurance scams and warning signs, long-term care and annuities, how to avoid being a victim of scams, insurance fraud resources and contacts, senior resources provided by our department, and how to get a hold of us. So, quick little thing right there. You see the picture in the corner right there. That is our commissioner. That is Commissioner Ricardo Lara. He is our elected insurance commissioner. You vote every few years for an insurance commissioner. And his job is to regulate the insurance marketplace of California. As you may not know, California is the largest insurance marketplace in the United States. We are fourth in the world. We do protect consumers from fraud and abuse from insurance companies. When you work with insurance agents or brokers, they come through our department because we do set the standards for them when it comes to licensing. We do perform market conduct reviews of insurance companies, meaning when you file complaints against your insurance company, that goes on our record and shows on our website on how well these insurance companies are doing. So, what do seniors need to know? Why are seniors the largest targeted population for scams? You guys have accumulated a lot of money over your time. So whether it being life insurance policies, annuities, your pensions, anything of the sort, because they see that, as Stephanie mentioned, you guys are very trusting. They love talking to seniors because many seniors don't have a lot of contact with people, and they would love to talk to anyone that is available. So let's talk about common insurance scams. So the first being premium theft. I do want to reference a recent press release that just came out 2 days ago. We arrested a insurance agent down in, I believe, it was down south. She collected over $60,000 from seniors and other people, saying that she wrote these policies for them and binded these policies while collecting that premium from them. There's a larger case that we do talk about. His name is Robert Stoddard down in San Clemente. He had over 20 victims, collected over $1.2 million over a number of years from mostly seniors and other victims. So what did he do? He pretty much held seminars to gain information from these seniors to build a trust and forge relationships with them in order to, start collect money from them. So what did he do? He was indicted and was charged with 51 felony counts of grand theft, elder abuse, money laundering, securities violations, and aggravated white-collar crime enhancements. So over the course of 6 years, he did cultivate these relationships. He would call them and tell them, hey, I found a better policy for you, and I'm able to get you some more money when you retire. So he would go through great lengths to create letters, statements, and fake policies to show these seniors, like, hey, your money's coming in. And he would even pay them out. And for a while he was doing that, and then he decided, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. He just completely stopped. So luckily, we did arrest Mr. Stoddard, and we were able to help most of these victims get their money back. So let's talk about staged auto accidents. So let's, for example, say you're just driving down this road right here. What is that street? Outside. Okay. So yeah, say you're driving down, and you're usually very familiar with this road, and not much traffic flows through. But say you're pulling out right now, you're just driving casually down the street. You see a car pull out right in front of you. There's a car to your left. The car in front of you all of a sudden just starts to brake short. What happens? You can't swerve to the left, right? So what happens? You rear end the person right in front of you. So as soon as that happens, you look to your left. The car to your left is totally gone. But the car in front of you, this little Toyota Corolla, the driver comes out, starts holding his neck, saying, oh, my neck hurts. You know what? It's barely any dent on his bumper, right? He'll say, you know what? We can go to the bank and settle this. We don't have to involve your insurance company. Sounds a little suspicious, right? And then all of a sudden, you see 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 people come out of this little Corolla. You're like, well, how do they fit in that little car? So what they'll come out and say is, oh, my neck hurts, my back hurts. And you're thinking, oh, great. Now I'm going to have to pay out of my insurance. My insurance is going to have to pay for this. You're thinking, well, that's not much of a problem, right? That is a problem for you, because if you are getting insurance claims against you for bodily injury, your premium goes up tremendously, right? So the big thing here when it comes to situations is this: do not share any personal information about your insurance policy. How much is covered? The only thing you have to exchange is just your insurance policy, just your number for them to contact your insurance company. In that case, when that does happen, don't go over all the specifics about it. Call the police, and most importantly, call your insurance company, because they need to know what's going on. Last but not least, let's talk about COVID-19 scams. Of course, we're towards the tail end of the COVID-19 pandemic, but there are still these scams going around. First of all being COVID-19 calls about, hey, I can provide you free tests. I can even provide you a cure. We all know that you can go to CVS, you can even go to Safeway to get your COVID vaccine, right? But people are still calling because they know people will still fall for these scams. What happens is they'll be like, okay, I can send you tests, I can set you up for a COVID vaccine appointment, but I need your personal medical information. That's a big red flag. Never share your Medi-Cal or your Medicare account number or information, because what they'll do is they will bill the federal government and federal programs for outrageous things. So, for example, they could probably bill for a wheelchair that you might need later down the road, or a walker, or any type of medical equipment. And what happens is they'll commit medical identity theft. And that is a very common thing that occurs. So as they mentioned, when you get calls, emails, text messages regarding COVID-19, especially on social media too, you'll see that as well. Do ignore those things, because the people that would actually post about it would be like the California Department of Public Health. Even your local government agencies would post, okay, we have COVID tests, we have COVID vaccines available, right? All right, so let's talk a little bit more about annuities. So who here understands what annuities are? Anybody? No? Yes. So annuities, they are one of the most popular insurance policies here in California, because we spend an average about $20 billion on annuities, which is a lot of money to be made by scam agents, which is what Stoddard did down in San Clemente. So an annuity is a contract between you and an insurance company. You buy it by making one or more premium payments, and in return, you get income payments to you for a fixed period of time. So it is often an investment vehicle for some, and it's sold by licensed insurance agents, usually with a financial background, and usually growth in annuities are tax deferred. So let's dive into it a little bit. Annuities are great for some, lousy for others. So there are some pros and cons to it. Because why? There's a 7-year surrender charge, and that's usually a penalty that you take for taking out your money in case you need it for emergency, whatever it may be. But agents do love selling this kind of policy because of the upfront commission that they receive. So it gets a little difficult after this. So when an agent gets you one annuity for 12 or 18 months, later they'll call you and say, hey, I found a quote-unquote better annuity for you, and you need to switch now. Sounds kind of fishy, right? What does that mean to you? You might be hit with a penalty for early withdrawal, but it's more upfront commission for that agent. And again, you might even have to pay taxes on it. But if you do have a financial advisor who you've been working with for a while and you trust, and they know your financial goals, your risk, and they want you to diversify your portfolio and it fits your needs, then you can work with them. but it may or may not be the right investment tool for you. Do not make a decision to buy an annuity right away. Do sleep on it, think about it, talk it over with a family member or someone you trust. If an annuity is a good deal today, it'll be a good deal tomorrow too. So now let's talk about insurance scam warning signs. So, who here, as Rick has said, if it sounds too good to be true, it is probably not too good. So, who here has received a little postcard in the mail for like the free steak dinners for attending a seminar? Yeah? My grandpa got one last week too. He's like, hey, let's go eat dinner. I was like, no, it's okay, Grandpa. We don't need to go to that. So, what happens is a lot of these agents like to have these seminars just, in different senior centers, in retirement communities, places of worship, and of course, the fancy steak restaurant in town. So what the agents will do during these things, they'll create offers to create or update a living trust in order to see your financial information. So they're trying to find new clients that could potentially make them a lot more money because, again, they make a lot of upfront costs and commission from those living trusts. They want your financial information, and it is up to you to guard it. Remember, this is a really big, important term here. There is no such thing as a senior retirement living trust specialist. They created that on their own. So if you ever hear that title, no such thing. That's exactly how the guy in San Clemente really got to those seniors. And when it comes to seniors, they have a lot more rights when it comes to insurance. It's called the Senior Insurance Bill of Rights. And it is found on our website with the full list of all the details. And one senior right is that you may review a policy of life, annuity, long-term care, or Medicare supplement for 30 days after you receive the policy in order to decide whether you wish to keep that policy. And if you decide that you don't want it anymore within those 30 days, you are entitled to a refund except for variable annuities. So remember, if you are looking to purchase or renew an annuity or have questions on your policy, the Department of Insurance is here to assist with that. I will show our phone number towards the end. But how can you avoid being a victim of insurance scams? So step one, you always have to check the status of the insurance agent or insurance company on our department website. Answer all questions thoroughly and truthfully. Anything that you omit or have false statements on can cancel your policy. Don't leave any blank spaces on an application. Dishonest agents will fill that in with whatever information they'd like. Do get everything in writing. Compare policies, shop around. Most importantly, don't pay with cash. Make the checks payable to the insurance company or agency business name and not directly to that agent. Don't buy coverage you can't afford and only the coverage that you need. Avoid being overinsured or underinsured. Get what you want. And most importantly, ask questions. What does the policy cover? What is not covered or excluded? What is the cost and how often? If I cancel, are there any surrender charges? Is it suitable for my situation or plans? But always consider having someone that you trust, like a family member or a close friend, to be there with you, because you should never feel pressured or intimidated. When you work with agents or brokers, they are not supposed to have high-pressure sale tactics or pressure you to sign anything. And of course, do not sign anything you don't understand. Ask questions. Always, always ask questions. So here's a slide with the resources and contact numbers. So the Department of Insurance, we're here for you at 800-927-4357 or insurance.ca.gov. We also have the Senior Medicare Patrol, the AARP Fraud Watch Network hotline, and the Coalition Against Insurance Fraud, who are all available for you. So our phone number's on the booklet. I mean, you can definitely call us first. We, whatever organization that we're going to outreach to, we will connect you with them as well. So we do have a lot of senior resources available at the Department of Insurance. Most importantly, I do want to talk about the Senior Gateway. So it is our information website and page that we have handouts of. It is our one-stop shop website intended to provide seniors, their families, and caregivers with information they need to connect to helpful resources and services, to find answers and solve problems. This includes topics such as avoiding and reporting abuse and neglect, preventing fraud, financial abuse, and common scams, healthcare information, and your rights. So please visit our website at seniors.insurance.ca.gov. But we also have particular guides that are for seniors, which are annuities, what seniors need to know, driving for seniors, insurance bill of rights, and all our guides are free and also available on a PDF version on our website. So we can mail you some as well if you'd like. And of course, here is our slide for our contact information. It's all on our brochures and on the bottom there. For any questions regarding any of your insurance policies, whether it may be life, home, fire, auto, whatever it is, even if you're doing hand modeling, we regulate that insurance as well. Our website is insurance.ca.gov, and our phone number is 800-927-HELP or 800-927-4357. Again, thank you for your time today. Thank you.